My view, I don't see anything that indicates that this thing is imminent in the next couple of years, and I'll tell you why. The PRC has been going through a breathtaking military modernization, and like I said, a lot of that modernization is oriented against countering the United States, especially our ability to project power into the first island chain in defense of our allies and partners. Obviously, they are trying to build the capability to coerce Taiwan. You saw elements of that in reaction to the Speaker Pelosi visit last year. They are investing in capabilities that might at some point enable an amphibious invasion of Taiwan. But all of that said, I see nothing that indicates that Xi Jinping believes his military is ready to do this. Nothing. I think that they understand well that the United States continues to have pretty significant overmatch in a lot of critical domains, and that Xi Jinping would, all else being equal, like to resolve the Taiwan issue without having to resort to force, because he has to, especially after having seen, the Russian experience in Ukraine. I mean, on paper, the Russians looked like the second best military in the world when they invaded Ukraine. They didn't look like that the day after they invaded Ukraine. They certainly don't look like that now. And, the PRC has not fought a war since the 1970s. And the last time they fought, it didn't go so well. And nobody has fought the type of war that people are kind of wargaming around think tanks in Washington. So, it's kind of like saying you got the two teams in the preseason that look like they should be in the Super Bowl, except one team has never played a single game, and the other team has been playing season after season after season for decades. So I don't think the PRC leadership, assesses that this is possible, and I'm not sure that they've made any decision about whether it's even desirable. So I think what we need to be mindful of is our deterrent capability is meaningful and real right now. But what the NDS says is that there's an imperative to sustain that edge and to strengthen it over time. And we are committed to doing that so that every single day our adversaries wake up and say, today is not the day. And that's true tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that and the day after that. So we are committed, and I think we can put a lot more time on the clock. And in the interim, we owe it to the American people to not seek a conflict or confrontation, because it's not in our interest to have it either. It's not in the world's interest to have it. Nobody is seeking a confrontation with the PRC or anybody else. Our posture is to defend our allies and partners and to deter aggression. We do not want a conflict. The good news is I do not think a conflict is imminent unless we kind of stumble into one, and we will be very mindful to not let that happen.